Hey, Russell. Um, you broke the franchise record tonight for most triple doubles in the history of the Wizards in bullets. And I know it is not the first triple double record you've broken, but I'm just wondering what that means to you in the grand scheme of things.
Um, you know, I think one thing that I always cherish and enjoy about this game is that you get to go out and compete and play every level. That's one thing I always try myself on is making sure I leave it all on the floor every single night. And I've been blessed with an opportunity to be able to do that, and I don't take it for granted. And along those lines, different records and different things may happen. But one thing I always do is stay humble, stay true to myself, and always continue to give everything I have and pride myself on being create some consistency for my teammates.
And I'm curious to get your perspective on you put up, as good rebounding numbers for a guard as any guard who's ever played the game. What would you say makes you a good rebounder?
My timing, ability to go get it. As much as people talk about it, as much as people mention it and don't like to mention it, it ain't easy to do, man. But always make sure that it allows me to be able to start the break, uh, get the ball and go. Timing, obviously, being athletic helps me uh, and be able to get it. But I don't, you know if anybody's better at my size at rebounding the basketball consistently.
Ava.
Russ, you kind of always stay such straight on your course with us and everything when we ask you about the records you break and things like that. When people in your life congratulate you, or like when Coach Brooks talks to you about nights like this after the game, how do you respond?
I'm just very thankful, man. We got an unbelievable group of guys in the locker room, and a lot of times when people, break records and things like myself, I don't deserve the credit, honestly. For me, I always give credit to the man above for blessing me with the abilities to play. And along those lines, I have so many great coaches and teammates that make my job easy and help me out because assists don't happen. I can't make the shots and different things of that nature and make the game easy for me. And a lot of guys sacrifice some of their own goals and some of their things they want to accomplish and making the game easy for myself. So I always give thanks to the coaches and to the staff and to everybody in the organization, to my teammates especially, for allowing me to go out and do what I love to do.
And we ask you a lot about Rui, but what do you think has been the key for him in kind of keeping this consistency now with his level of aggression that we're seeing?
You said it. His aggression. When he's aggressive, miss or make, our team is better. And I think he's figuring that out. And it's my job to make sure I continue to push him each and every night to be aggressive because when he puts pressure on the defense, it's a different game, different ball game for us. And, you've been seeing that consistently from Rui, which has been beneficial for us.
Thanks, Russ.
Matt.
Hey, Russ, at what point in your career do you feel like you had that kind of complete control of the game, the rebounding, the assists, when it all started to come together for you?
I don't know. I always feel like I can impact the game in many ways. And I always feel like I'm able to do things that nobody else can do on the floor. And I just believe that when I step on the floor every night. And I don't know when that was. Obviously, based on the personnel I had and teams I had to do different things, whether score more, pass more, whatever it was. But I know that I put a lot of pressure on myself to do everything. I know that not many people in this league do that, and I do that consistently by putting a shit ton of pressure on myself, win, lose, to do every single thing on the floor: defend, rebound, pass, lead, assist. And I just feel like that's my calling, and I'm gonna make sure that I do that every night.
And you are now 20 triple doubles away from breaking the all-time record. Is that a mark you feel like you can accomplish this season?
I'm not sure, man. I don't. My notch. I'm trying to get to the playoffs. That's it. I don't really, that stuff will come. If it comes, it comes. If it don't, it don't. But what I'm worried about is making sure that we're playing our best basketball leading into getting into a playoff spot.
Nathan?
Hey, Westbrook, congratulations on the win. I want to switch gears a little bit and talk a little bit about, Nipsey Hussle, given that a couple of days from now, it will mark the second year of the anniversary of his passing. And this is a man who you personally knew. If he were alive today, what do you think he would be doing right now? And, talk a little bit about, just his impact just on the Black community in terms of entrepreneurship.
Yeah, man. Hustle. Rest in peace. Will always live on, especially for me, and always for the city of Los Angeles. Not just for his music, but for his ability to be able to impact our Black community, impact the underserved communities. And I know if he was still living, he'll be doing that at the highest level because that's who he is. He always stayed true to who he is, stay true to where he was from. And that's the most important part about anybody, staying true to who you are and make sure you're impacting others, especially where you're from. And that's something that he's always doing. And that's something that if he was living today, he will continue to be doing.
Christos?
Hello, Russell. Congratulations on the win and the performance as well. I'd like to ask you, for 4 straight years, you have almost triple-double figures in stats. How difficult is to establish yourself into this position to make every season triple-double? And how big is the work behind the scenes to make that performance?
It's pretty crazy, man, when you think about it. You sit back and actually think about it and not let the negative energy seep in, not the negative comments seep in. When it's all said and done, it's something to think about, and I just go out and play, man. That's all I can tell you. I don't have an answer for that because, I just do what I can and I try to do different things to impact winning and impact the games. It may not always end the season that I wanted to end. I may not always end in the championship, but that is like I've said earlier in the year, my legacy not going to be determined if I win a championship or not. And that's how I feel my legacy is going to be determined what I've done for the game and how I use this platform to impact others across the world, impact our underserved communities, impact our African-American community, impact our school system, our financial system, closing these gaps in our system today. That's legacy for me, and that's something that I cherish about this game, and that's something that I always will cherish about the game.
And the follow-up, how important for you is to inspire your team, especially and your teammates, to be an inspirational player?
I think it's important as a leader to make sure that I bring it every night. To me, that's to start inspiring others and make sure you do your part. And that's what I try to do every night. It may not always be the greatest nights of making shots. It may not always be the greatest nights of taking care of the basketball, but I know that when I lay the floor, my teammates know that I gave everything I had. And to me, that's a part of inspiration.
All right, Russ, I think that's it.
All right, thanks, bro.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.